Hello, this is Ochuko Williams, also known as Ochuko's Diary, and I'm taking you through 2 days of my life, Sunday and Monday, as a 21-year-old living in Lagos, trying to figure out life for the first time, staying alone completely far away from my parents, sister, or any family member. So let me take you through. This particular day, I had a pink top and a black pants on. I was going to church because I had to go to church. This is something that I have dedicated my life to serving God, and I was like, I have to go to church. So I'm a redeemer, and this church is called Shabak Hill. It's a church very close to where I stay. So yeah, you can see I'm trying to show you guys it's Shabak Hill. So I'm just going to take you through the whole day in the church because I spent like 90% of my day in church. So yes, at this point we're having Sunday school. Sunday school is like the first part of the service that every member is expected to attend, but you don't have to attend Sunday school. But it's just fun. It's more intimate than a regular service because you get to ask questions and all that. So I always love to attend Sunday school. Afterwards, we had praise and worship, and I'm also thinking of joining the choir, but I don't know. I don't know if my voice is up to par. But I mean, it's service to God, so hell yeah, right? So yes, this was on this. This was praise and worship. So the way it goes in this church, after Sunday school, you have praise and worship. You have Bible study, and sometimes, no, not all the time, prayer. Okay, so it's praise and worship, it's Bible study or Bible reading, yes, as it's probably called, Bible reading. So they read like a verse from the Bible, and then it's straight to like prayer. So at this point we had this like they do it in this church, which is quite peculiar to them. They have like this 2-3 minutes part of the service where they just have a compilation video to like encourage people to become better, which leads me to what I'm going to talk about in this video. And it's all about destiny and making the most of what you are given. Like when life gives you, I'm going to title this video, when life gives you melons or lemons, you have to make lemonade. It's a no-brainer at this point. So this particular service, we were talking about destiny, and one of the questions I raised to the speaker, because we had like a panelist-ish situation where 3 members from the church, they divided our church into groups of 4. So I was in group 1, and after dividing our church, we all had like 2 particular persons in the Bible we're supposed to talk about. My group talked about Deborah and Reuben, who was the first son of Jacob. We had another group talk about Joseph, Delilah. We had Esau and Jezebel, like so many, right? Different people, and each group had at least a male and a female. One had to be good, one had to be bad example to show the differences in experiences and all that. And the main topic was a winning mindset, and one of the things I pointed out from the different people were given was the fact that I felt like these people were given bad destinies and they had really no say in how their life was going to go about. Like if you take the case of Reuben was the first son of Jacob. Obviously it seemed like he's supposed to have everything based on his first, but if you have a proper read through of the Bible, you would see that most first sons always had it rough. So I feel like his destiny was already destined to fail. So how is he going to turn it around when everybody's like saying, oh, your brother Joseph is going to be the better one? So I felt different about that. But then it leads me to Monday, which is work begins again. My Monday is pretty work. I barely have time to like do videos, but I love it. It's my internship job, and it's something that is building my experiences for the future. So when I clock in very early, I clock in like 7:15, 7:20, I'm at work. I don't like to clock in late because when I'm late, I'm really late. So I don't want to be late. I try to clock in very early every single day. I'm showing up. I work Mondays to Fridays. I have Tuesdays off, but Tuesday is not really off because I usually go for CDS, which I'm going to take you guys along with in the next video. So what I do first, clock in, open my log, preparing myself for the day, checking through things I may have missed through Saturday and Sunday work. So yes, I just try to check in, and then by 8 o'clock work starts till 6 p.m. Sometimes my break is usually 12 to 2. Between that time you can go for break. You can go for break after, but most people go for their lunch break between 12 to 2, but it's 1 hour. So yeah, what I was talking about destiny, and I think that's what I want to make this video going to be about. Like, because I don't just want it to be like a typical vlog. I want it to be something you watch and you enjoy. I believe in, before Sunday, I believe that what you were handed to is not always, it's not always good, right? Most of us, our lemons are not good, they're not sweet, and they end up even giving us the worst lemonades. Where some people have a lemon, a mixer, and everything to make the perfect lemonade, but everybody's not going to be like that. Ruben's case was very tricky. I felt so bad for Ruben because I expected that, being the firstborn, you have everything handed to you, but then you see Ruben failing because Joseph had a better destiny. Everybody can say Joseph had a better destiny. He was favored by God. Despite being like the last born at the time, he was favored by God. But that didn't mean anything, because God does not put somebody on earth to have a bad destiny. And that's one thing I'm going to live by. I'm going to live by the fact that we all have the abilities to rewrite our destiny. Judas Iscariot and Peter had the same destiny. They were both destined to betray Jesus. Only one had a redemption arc. I'm going to use that word, and that was Peter, because Peter was dedicated to redeeming himself. And I feel like if Judas had redeemed himself, he would have still be counted as one of the disciples, that stayed with God even after the whole crucifixion and everything. So I do believe that when you're giving lemons, you have to find it. I don't know how you're going to do it, and that's one thing I live by. I live by the fact that I can rewrite my destiny. It doesn't matter what has been written for me. I am going to be successful, and I live by those words. Even if somehow it has been written that this person is not going to succeed ever, I'm not going to go past this level, I keep telling myself that you are going to do more and exceed more and just live longer than anybody, and I live by that. So fine, people around you might say, oh, this person is going to be more successful than you, and it's very possible. I mean, all of us can't be a Mandela, all of us can't be an Elon Musk. We might not attain that amount of wealth, amass that amount of wealth and success, but what I believe is that we can still do so much more. We can still do enough. It may not be so big that you earn $1 billion in your lifetime, but it's still good enough for you to still be successful. Success is not a one-way street. You can't say, oh, because he's an accountant, he's more successful than me who's a writer, or a writer is more successful than somebody that has a podcast. Everybody can be successful in different ways. You might be successful with opening your business. I might be successful in a 9-to-5 job. You might be successful in being a celebrity. I might be successful in being a medical doctor. Everybody's success is not one way defined. So takeaway from this video is, when life gives you lemons, wherever situation you are in life, just keep telling yourself that this is something I can do. And I keep preaching to my channel that my channel is going to go far in life. My channel is going to do what Mr. Beast's channel hasn't even done, and I believe it so. And it's just little baby steps and being consistent in my growth, and I know for sure that one day I'm gonna get there. So that is my takeaway from my video today. Something different I wanted to do, and I'm happy I did it. So yes, work is very, very fine. I take mostly calls all the day, but like I said, I try to eat. And this particular day, they also brought cake for us. Somebody was doing birthday in our company, so it was really nice to eat that and just enjoy. And yeah, I was really, really happy. So yes, so this is a day in my life, 2 days in my life, 1 day for church and 1 day for work. After working, this was around 6 p.m. I clocked out, turned off my laptop, took my bag, and went home to relax. And Tuesdays for my CDS, so I would have to show you CDS tomorrow. But yes, I clocked out and I had a very, very nice day at work. I hope to see you in the next video. Look at my pretty face before you go. Please subscribe to the channel hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment what you think about what I said. And like I said to everybody, be determined. You're going to succeed. You might not succeed the way you want to, like in a big way, but you can also succeed in the small little way that still makes that difference and makes that impact. So this is Ochuko's diary. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.